accent is horrible. I mean, if I just break into a British accent, it almost sounds like I'm from Devonshire. But most of the time it's just Sean Connery. And, but you've done so many different voices that aren't Santorin. Is there like a voice that you find just pops out every now and then in conversation? Oh, other than yours, obviously.
Other than mine. I suppose there's the kind of like, there's a slightly more actor giving anecdotes kind of voice, which one slips into quite a lot of time. Have you ever seen Toast of London?
Yes.
Yes. This is like slightly Stephen Toast, slightly. It's the kind of default 1970s character actor voice that you see on lots of classic episodes of Doctor Who. Like the one which I was watching it a couple of months ago. The chap who plays Adam Colby in Image of the Fendel. Oh, he's brilliant. He's this chap who's sort of like, he's got kind of like his shirt unbuttoned to about there. And he just sits there, and he's this amazing kind of voice, and he spits lines out, vomits them. And he's hitting the back of the auditorium every single time. It's like, they know the camera's there. It's like, it's great. So. But I love that kind of voice.
Well, they can't book Matt Berry for every single
no,
like that.
Absolutely.
If you've seen the IT crowd, you know who I'm talking about, and we'll do a screening later in my room. Wait, that sounded odd too. Question right here.
Excuse me, hello Dan.
Hello.
I was wondering if you could talk about the amount of time and the process that it takes to get into the Strax makeup and out of it after shooting is done.
Oh yeah, okay, yes. Well, yeah, it's quite an involved process getting into and out of Strax's costume. If I'm wearing the blue battlesuit, the blue Santorin spacesuit, that takes up to about 3 hours. So working back, because we start filming at 8 o'clock in the morning, working back from that, you've got to be in the chair, the makeup chair, at 5 o'clock in the morning. So that means I get picked up at 4:30, whatever. So it's an early start, but sort of I'm sitting there, and then the actual makeup is in 2 pieces. So there's the big sort of thumb-like piece of rubber, which is his head with ears on it, and it's got it leaves my face free. But that's because it's a very solid piece of rubber. It usually takes about 2 or 3 people to stretch that out and stick it over my head. And then it's very tight. And it's like having a pillow on your head, so you can't really hear very much. So I can still hear, but my hearing's muffled. Oh yeah, and of course there's also I've usually got a bald cap to protect my actual head from some scraping on the inside of it as well. Actually, there was once when I did it where it had come out of the mould clean, and they hadn't cut away the flashing at the top. So I had this kind of like, it was agony after a day of having this thing. I had this wonderful circular mark on my head, which was yeah, great fun. And then there's the other piece, which is actually the mask of Strax, which is much finer. So that was, well, the one is very thick, and then the other one is much finer, and it sticks to my actual face, and it moves along with my facial expressions. So I mean that's the big difference in the prosthetics now and how they were in the 70s, because if you see something like Lynx or Styre or whatever, all he can do really is his eyes and his tongue pokes out. But other than that, it doesn't really move. Whereas this now, they're much more sensitive. And so yeah, that takes about 3 hours to get glued into that. After a certain point, when they're just painting it up, I can just doze. And it's weird because it's almost like resetting yourself. Because at some point I'll have a piece of toast or whatever and a cup of tea. Actually, not tea. I don't drink any caffeine when I'm inside that suit. I lose so much liquid anyway. Goes through perspiration. Yeah, it's. Where was I now?
A bit of toast.
Yeah, yes, I doze off in the chair. It's just like it's supper time now. So I doze off in the chair and I nod and I wake up and there's Strax's face in the mirror, which is quite odd. But also it sort of resets my hearing. So it goes from being muffled to actually sort of being just your hearing kind of. It's more sensitive. So it's a funny kind of reset thing. And then you've got the sort of 12 hours on set. And inevitably in a TV studio, you're sort of like, you hurry to get to the set at the time, and then you wait for ages. They've got to fix a light, or they've got to make sure the door isn't hanging off, or they've got 101 things which are not your job, but sort of has to be on before you can actually build things. So there's a lot of time for me to actually sort of doze as well. So despite an early start, I'm usually kind of in and out of consciousness, inside my little sort of, physical, my physical cushion that I'm in. And then at the end of the day, then it takes about up to 3/4 of an hour to take off the makeup properly. I mean, it could be done quicker than that, but in order to do it more than one day at a time, you've got to protect your skin too, because your skin no bones about it. It does damage your skin to doing it, but all the prosthetics professionals, they'll sort of take it off in a sensitive way so that you can have it done on consecutive days. And you just go, ah! But it's quite an involved process.
Is there a dental piece on there as well?
No, it's all my own teeth.
Okay, so at least you don't have to do ADR on top of everything else.
No. It's all my own voice. And
yeah.
It's interesting, because it's muffled, it's partially where the voice comes from, because I can't necessarily tell how loud I'm being. And Neve has as well. Both of us are sort of talking a little bit like this. like, sorry? And that works for us sometimes, because they're so militaristic and they're shouting at people all the time. It actually makes a lot of sense. But the whole trendy thing of actors like mumbling on camera doesn't really come into it. But it's kind of like, sorry, what? No, I can't hear you. Can you say that again? So
that whole trend is why I have to keep subtitles on for everything I watch now.
Yeah.
It's so infuriating. Right here. Hello, man.
Hi. How did you feel when Matt Smith called you a potato?
Well, Matt Smith called me a potato. I think Sprax took it manfully on the chin. I think, yes, it's an obvious thing. I'm not sure that Sprax knows what potato is, really. I'm sure they have one on Sontar or... Yeah, sorry. So it's a particularly attractive vegetable.
Considered it a compliment.
Yes, right. Yes, yes ma'am.
I've got kind of a two-part question. One, how long have you been a fan of Doctor Who? And two, what was it like for you personally to work on the show with the cast?
Oh, well, I was a fan since from about the age of 3 or 4 or so, because I just remember the very, very end of Tom Baker when I was tiny. So I remember his last couple of stories, like The Keeper of Traken and The Megapolis, and then sort of turning to these names. And it's funny, quite a lot of my friends my age, we all remember that as being quite an important moment in our childhoods, that sort of like thing of Tom Baker falling off the Pharos project and turning out the Watcher. He was the Doctor all the time. And that was a very seminal piece of my childhood. But then, because Tom Baker had been the Doctor for so long in the UK, and the BBC, rather uniquely, around the world where they show Doctor Who, didn't really repeat old episodes, strangely, because they had them all, so they didn't need to. Then they had a little repeat season before Peter's first season as the Doctor, where they showed stories from all the previous Doctors' sort of adventures. So I saw An Unearthly Child, and I think it was the Crotons, Carnival of Monsters. So a good selection of the cast of Doctors, and I think that absolutely hooked me when I was about 4 years old, 4 or 5 years old. Going, oh, this is an amazing character, and he could be different people in different times. And it was kind of as a concept, it was amazing. And then Peter's first season sort of like took me on an adventure. And then it sort of coincided. Sylvester's sort of last story was my first year at secondary school, my first year at high school. So it's very much synonymous with my childhood, so like between the ages of about sort of 5 and 11 or 12 or so. So it's very, it gets into your brain in a very in a very fundamental way then. And then so when years later the programme came back, that was great, because I think I went to drama school a little bit later. I was a little bit older when I went to drama school, and I think it coincided around about the same time when they announced the series was going back. So that felt like a bit of an omen. And but I didn't expect. I actually got the first. It was because Doctor was my first television job, as well, and I got that about a year out of drama school, which is nearly 10 years ago now. But it was kind of I was just extremely lucky to give my agent a prod just at the right time when I hadn't been able to go to a job. Because I was doing a theatre show in a forest outside London, so it wasn't really transport. So I wasn't able to go to a TV audition for that, and so I was having a chat with my agent, so I'm going, yeah, sorry about that. But and I just sort of off the top of my head, oh, it's my birthday next month. I'd really love to be on Doctor Who. And she just went, oh, okay. And it happened to coincide with when they were bringing the Sontarans back, and they wanted to make them. I think they possibly already cast Chris Ryan, who's even smaller than me, and so they had a very specific height sort of stipulation. And so I went to the audition just like any other one, and when I found out that I got the audition, I was like, I was ridiculously overexcited. And then when I got the job, I just giggled like an idiot for about 10 minutes, and I jumped around, and so it was a very nice 30th birthday present. So so it was amazing. And I think going to audition as well and actually sort of knowing your stuff, it's not, if I couldn't act, that wouldn't it wouldn't just get me the job per se. But I think the fact that everyone who works on the programme now, or lots of them, do have that thing that they were fans when they were kids, and it's got a lot of love put into it, and there's that feedback loop of people who know a lot about the show and enjoy the show, now get to make it, and it can take. Well, it's been going in the UK for 50 years, so you'd expect it's got a bit of a hinterland in that respect.
Which Doctor Who monster made you run and hide under the couch more than any other that you were watching?
Oh gosh. I remember being scared by. Oh, I remember cringing into the sofa with the Mara. There was a giant snake, those bits, and also they're not the most well realised with modern eyes, but the Tractators in Frontios. It's just like a woodlouse with a human face on it crawling around, and they look a little bit sort of like a bit silly like that as we go around like this. But the concept of them, they could do them well now. They'd be really horrible. But I think when I was 5, 6 years old or something like that, that was quite sort of. Yeah.
Send a note to Chibnall. I'm sure they'd be happy to get a note at this point. I'm running out of monsters. We can't keep bringing back the dogs and the Cybermen.
Yeah.
Right here.
Hello.